Ça YouTube, la coloc reprend.
My friends, the conference is about to begin. Please excuse me if I troubled you last night with my project. I understand that you might well have a few questions to ask. As you know, the final vote will be cast in a few days. This morning's aim is to answer your questions and check the temperature of your respective positions.
Oui,
So
oui,
we
prends
may
ma
reach
température,
greater
vas-y.
understanding.
As always, Lord Mortimer.
We parted in perfect disagreement, my lord. Where would you like us to take it from?
Come, sir. Please let William believe he still has a chance of winning us over. Otherwise, his imprecations will lack panache, and we shall be bored stiff.
Oh, let me reassure you, I am convinced that a good night's sleep has brought sound advice, and that this morning will be even more interesting. Therefore, I would like to go around the table in order to hear everyone's first impressions.
Well, I am still firmly against it, even though my choice won't count.
Against.
Against. Against.
And you, Luc Manuel?
Against, of course.
Of course!
Well, as for me, I am for Lord Mortimer's project, despite Duchess Hillsborough's overwhelmingly convincing nocturnal attentions.
What?
Ah!
So Emily was playing
Évidemment.
trying to win over guests last night?
It was nothing more than a friendly little chat, of course.
How could it be otherwise? And by the way, remember me to your husband when you see him. And you, President Washington,
Je m'en
what is your
doutais.
position?
Well, you see, Monsieur Bonaparte, I would rather you'd have forgotten me for a minute. William, I am sorry, but I cannot follow you this time.
George? What?
I am against William. Please excuse me. I cannot commit the United States to such an enterprise. It's just too risky.
Well, that leaves just yourself and Monsieur Peru, Louis.
You're all making me sick. Look at yourselves.
What?
You are pathetic!
Have you been drinking or what?
There you are, quibbling away. My lord Duke this, and Madame Duchess that. You know very well that we're nothing but puppets on a damn string.
Camille.
Let's end the charade. It's over!
Jacques.
My lord, thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. But it didn't come for free. And now I see the price is too high to pay. I'll stop.
Come, Jacques, we'll talk it over.
No, I'm finished. I want my freedom back, my lord. I shall no longer work for you.
Wait!
De Richet, you just can't help it, can you? Stop trying to play the hero, man!
Monsieur, I know I don't really know you, but you seem like a decent person.
I have done so many horrible things!
You blame yourself, I can see that. Everything's not lost.
I don't want to do bad things anymore.
You can take control of yourself again. You can fix whatever it is you've done.
Do you really believe that?
Of course, Jacques. You'll have all the time you need. I'm sure we can work things out.
But you don't know him.
Let's stay united, Jacques. He's nothing without us.
Really?
Trust me. Come on, Jacques. Stop now, before it gets any worse. Give me the gun, please.
I wasn't gonna fire at anyone, you know.
I know.
Le négociateur qu'on m'appelle.
Don't worry, you're safe now, Jacques.
Le négociateur.
Monsieur Peru, you could have seriously hurt someone if Monsieur de Richet here hadn't stopped you. Your behavior is unacceptable. You would do better to go and rest in your apartment. My friends,
J'ai désamorcé la situation.
conference later.
J'ai désamorcé la situation et empêché un paquet de ménage à l'équipe d'entretien. Parce que je vous avoue qu'avec ce genre de pistolet-là, ça fait des tâches. Et des morceaux. Donc voilà, là, pour la France.
Apologize for the inexcusable behavior of my guest. We all need to recover from all of this excitement. Take the rest of the day off.
Ah, Donc encore un jour où on risque de nous persuader. Dis donc, tu veux pas voter pour? J'aurais pu découvrir le secret de Jacques Pérou. J'aurais pu suivre Lord Mortimer. J'aurais pu découvrir un secret de Napoléon Bonaparte. J'aurais pu découvrir un secret au sujet de Sir Gregory Holm. Mais j'ai convaincu George Washington. J'ai sauvé Jacques Pérou. J'ai baisé avec Lady Hillsborough. J'ai baisé. J'ai choisi de suivre Sir Gregory Holm et j'ai participé à la colloque. La duchesse Hillsborough. J'ai baisé. Mais Odile de Ray, Madame Odile de Ray, pas le droit de la baiser. Quel abruti. Ok, alors. Il serait peut-être temps de mettre des points en linguistique. Voilà, histoire que je comprenne quand on me parle dans une autre langue et quand on m'insulte en allemand. Et je vais mettre un petit point en politique. Paf. Parce que tout à l'heure, ils parlaient tous dans d'autres langues et j'étais perdu. Hein. En vrai, parce que l'anglais, ça va, c'est sans sous-titres. J'arrive à peu près. Mais alors, l'italien et l'allemand, au secours. Peut-être en espagnol, j'aurais compris. Vite fait. S'ils parlent pas trop vite. Mais alors, l'italien et l'allemand, j'y connais rien. Enfin, si, je sais dire 2-3 trucs en allemand, mais genre bonjour, au revoir, merci. Quoi. La base. Bonjour, au revoir, merci, je t'aime. C'est l'essentiel, quoi.
I don't understand. I spoke to him only recently.
Ah.
Monsieur Perrault has lost his mind. It's obvious.
Yet another way for the French to make a spectacle of themselves.
Oh, ça va.
Well, once again, it has worked.
My friends, let us settle down, please.
Mais t'inquiète pas, Napoléon, t'es pas français, toi, t'es corse.
Let us celebrate Louis's courage. He enabled us to avert a tragedy.
Yes, that was very noble of you, Louis.
You have given us all a fine lesson in courage.
Thank you.
Ah bah, tu connais bien mon gros courage, toi.
Quite something.
That madman
L'homme le plus
deserves
lourd
to
du monde.
die.
We are providing Monsieur Perrault with care, but rest assured, he is no longer a danger to himself or anyone else. I think everyone needs a little rest. Can you stay a moment?
Of course.
Alors, moi, je suis pas serein avec Jackie. Hein. La logique... Ah oui, Aristote. Alors, le problème, c'est que Aristote... Est-ce que c'est pas celui qui disait que l'être humain était composé de 4 éléments, ou je sais plus quoi? Diversion. Version. Plein de bouquins. Et là, il va me dire, est-ce que vous sauriez où est passé mon perroquet? Absolument pas.
Louis, I wanted to thank you personally. I admire what you did to save Monsieur Perrault's life.
Ah, mais c'est son
You
bureau,
have
là.
given us all a wonderful lesson in courage.
Don't mention it, my lord. You would have done the same. I was just quicker.
Ah, humility is a fine quality, sir.
Where is he now?
In his room, I've sedated him. I don't want him trying to take his life again. Or, worse yet, attacking one of the guests. When in despair, Monsieur Perrault is clearly a dangerous man.
Est-ce que ce serait pas du coup lui qui a tué la jeune fille, dont j'ai oublié le nom, Elisabeth, je crois, mais sous l'emprise d'un quelconque... parce que tout à l'heure il a dit « J'en ai marre d'entendre sa voix ». Mais je crois qu'il disait genre sa voix dans ma tête. Ouais, il se téléporte. Il a l'ultra instinct mortinaire, faites gaffe. Hein.
Tell me, my lord, can you think of any reason why he would be so terrified of you?
Terrified? Come now, that's a bit harsh. I think he was simply unable to put things into perspective. I see no reason to fear me. Ask President Washington. I don't believe I'm such a difficult friend.
Having spoken to him, I can assure you that he feared you even more than death itself. Had he disappointed you in any way recently?
Of course, he was on the edge. He was desperate, and it grew noticeable in his work. Our collaboration was probably coming to an end.
Un meurtrier ou une
I
arme.
certainly didn't feel the need to threaten him, ever.
But without you, no more support, no more money. It was an end to his social status. If you lost, he lost everything, didn't he?
No, not his life.
Thanks to me, I guess. On that note, my lord, I'll be leaving you. Have we covered everything?
Absolutely.
On avait droit qu'à
Oh,
une question.
Louis, one more thing, please. What a pity you didn't support me during the conference. I hope I can count on you on the day of the vote. This major project needs men like you, Louis.
And you never know, right? Maybe by then, I'll see things differently.
Well, thank you for allowing me to believe in that possibility, Louis. From here on, I shall make it my mission to persuade you to change your vote.
Be my guest. But I hope your arguments are very, very persuasive, because I'm not the only one who isn't on your side.
Oh, rest assured, I am working on it.
Very well. I'll see you later, my lord.
Il va nous faire une Colombo. Une dernière chose, Louis. Vous n'avez pas vu mon perroquet par hasard? Absolument pas. Il n'y a pas une boîte ici? Je me rappelais qu'il y avait une boîte quelque part. Est-ce qu'on a les clés pour ouvrir cette boîte maintenant? Il n'y a pas de boîte alors. Pourquoi je fais... Je pouvais passer de l'autre côté? Abruti. Comme le vendeur de masques de Majora's Mask. Ah putain, mais oui! Vous vous rappelez de le vendeur de masques, il faisait tellement flipper. Je vais essayer de tourner du Zelda, hein, mais c'est vrai qu'en ce moment c'est compliqué. Entrez dans votre chambre. Entre la reprise du sport
Monsieur Johann van Wulmer.
et plein de choses, c'est pas évident. Non mais ma chambre elle est là. Putain de bordel de merde. Et surtout le farm dans les jeux, le farm dans The Witcher 3 pour le pognon. Il faut que je farm dans FF13 2, mais au secours. Je devrais avoir un peu plus de temps maintenant que The Last of Us 2 s'est terminé. J'espère. C'est celle-là. Et là, c'est George Washington qui veut baiser. Voilà, je peux plus rien faire. Hein. À un moment donné, va falloir se calmer.
Next time, I'll listen to my mother. Not a day has gone by without something happening to me.
C'est vrai. Mais au moins, j'ai baisé.
What now?
Napoléon, bah oui. Ah yes, yes. Show me your cannon.
Louis, open up, please.
Coming, Mr. President, I'm coming.
Et là, il est nu.
Louis. Ah, there you are at last.
Yes,
I just saw your mother. She was accompanied by Emily, and they both went into the Duchess's
Que va?
I tried to join them, but I was refused entry. Louis, this does not bode well.
Oh shit. Emily might want to avenge your sister. I must act quickly.
You're right, Mr. President. Thank you.
Du coup, j'avais raison. Il y a bien George Washington qui est venu me voir. J'en ai marre d'avoir raison. Hillsborough. Yes. Merde. Gauche. Ton. Tu peux courir plus vite peut-être, non? Peut-être qu'il va y avoir un meurtre. Télé. Spéré. Ah, ça pue,
I
pas
do
moi.
believe that's Emily's voice. I can't understand what she's saying. Emily! Emily, are you there? Answer me. Emily!
Oh yes. Alors en vrai, ce serait stylé de défoncer la porte, mais on va d'abord essayer de la crocheter.
I can't open it. It must be blocked on the other side. I'll have to find another way in, quick.
La chambre de Pérou. Bonaparte, je crois que c'est mort, mais Pérou, il est de mon côté et surtout il dort. Trottine Pépouze. Ah ouais, non, mais il a pas envie de se fouler, hein. Littéralement. Il a les chevilles sensibles, en même temps que ses petits mocassins là.
Come on, for Christ's sake, Peru. Wake up! Louis, do you want something?
Oh, don't bother yourself for me. I'm just passing through.
Oh, please, feel free.
Dépêche-toi, genre.
You have been a good doggy all these years, so you must know where he hides his little secrets.
Il est vraiment pas pressé, hein. Les bordels à cul. On est des bonhommes des années 90, on défonce les portes. Trop tard. En fait, je préférais essayer de crocheter d'abord parce que, en vrai, si t'arrives et t'essaies de défoncer la porte, après la crocheter, c'est un peu ridicule. Parce que tout le monde t'a entendu t'éclater l'épaule dessus, hein. Et si t'essayais de te faufiler, bah c'est raté quoi. Et là, elles sont toutes nues, toutes les deux, elles font l'amour.
It's as if there are several people inside.
You're the one who's the victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what
A letter
happened to
from
me.
William
That's
the
how it
Younger
works, and you know
addressed
it
to
full
Emily.
well. I'm not that naive.
Present Prime
I
Minister
know
of the United
inside
Kingdom.
out. Stop.
Two
We'll end up
coils
losing
circle the lock.
everything if you keep on.
What on earth is...
Ah!
You... Mother?
How dare you do this to me? You can talk after everything I've done for
Ah!
you. You are joking, I hope, right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Emma. Now that Louis is here, you will leave Sarah alone. Cease your revenge immediately. What? If you think you're going to... Louis, help me, I beg you. I can no longer reason with her. I am Emily. Quit playing games. What? Honestly, don't be ridiculous. No. I am Emily. You are wasting your time. Louis knows very well how to tell us apart.
Ah bon?
After everything we've been through together.
Yes, well...
Don't you dare bring him into this. This is between you and me. I ask for nothing more, so stop taking it out on Sarah. You
Bah non, on l'avait vu
bitch.
mourir, mais...
How dare you? Now that I've told you everything, you want to take my place, do you? You are joking, I hope. I'm the one who told you everything that's been going on while you were away. Go on then. That's what you want, isn't it? You want to kill me. Go on then, shoot! After all the trouble I've gone through to find you. Go on. What are you waiting for? Here, Louis, take this.
Wait, what's going...
An entire life for this. Go on, shoot! Sorry, Louis, I can't shoot her. She's my sister. That's enough, Emma. Louis, out of the way. She's dangerous. Don't trust her. What are you trying to do? Louis, out of the way. I am not Emma. Come on, Louis.
Au secours! Mettez-vous toute nue que je sois sûr.
That's right, Louis. I'm fed up with this little game. Tell him who the real Emily is.
Why do these things always happen to me?
J'avoue.
Well, Louis, come on, you know how to tell us apart, right?
Yes, but I'd like to ask you.
Mais enfin, moi j'ai jamais rencontré Emma.
There's no doubt.
Rational and open, Louis. Let's see.
Putain.
How can I tell them apart? Wait, I've got an idea.
On the night of our arrival,
Oh mais je me rappelle pas moi. Que m'avez-vous donné? Yes.
you handed me something. I wasn't feeling very well, and you handed me something. What was it?
My handkerchief, and you stained it with your blood. You still have it, as a matter of fact. But she already knows all this, Louis.
Merde.
It's a waste of time.
Right. Let's find something else. Ah, yes. Let's speak about my arrival at the manor.
Once we arrived, we stayed together, warming ourselves in front of the fire in the Great Hall with President Washington.
That's
Oh, moi je me
right.
rappelle pas.
What did we talk about?
The President and I revealed to you that we were members of the Order. You even asked Washington how he met your mother. Remember?
Very well.
Let's try something else.
On the first night, we went up to bed, but I wasn't tired. I went for a little stroll. Before going to bed, I went for a stroll. Did we speak to each other during that stroll?
A stroll? Through my room in the middle of the night? You call that a stroll, Louis?
No, I grant you that. I just wanted to make sure.
Putain, c'est
What
chaud.
did we say to each other at that precise
Ça
moment
écoute
in
le
time?
tour.
I asked you what you were doing there, what you were playing at on the balcony, and if it was anything to do with the Golden Order.
And then?
Then I suggested you first ask permission the next time you wanted to go through my room. But she knows all that, Louis. I already told her. Don't think you're going to get away with this deception so easily. I can assure you, you're going to regret pretending to be me once Louis has exposed you.
Right. I don't think I'll get very far like this.
J'essaie de savoir laquelle est.
Oh, I don't think I'll even wait until he's finished.
Take it easy now.
Are you mad, Louis?
Lower your arm.
I better act quickly if I don't want things to get out of hand.
Come on.
J'essaie de savoir en fait par rapport à ce qu'elles disent. Genre il y en a une qui est en mode non mais machin, non mais c'est moi, t'inquiète. Et j'essaie de voir laquelle est moins agressive, mais en fait, à tour de rôle, elles deviennent agressives. Et du coup, ça brouille trop bien les pistes. Si vous avez des idées, n'hésitez pas.
She's putting one over on you. Look at yourself for crying out loud. You were prepared to shoot me down.
In the secret room behind the study. Talk to them about what you've been doing. Maybe they haven't spoken about it between each other yet.
On the night of the disappearance of Elizabeth Adams.
What about it? What do you want to know about that night?
Comment a-t-elle passé la Gorgone? Moi, j'en sais rien.
In the portrait gallery, we found ourselves in a singular situation. What happened to us?
We both went around the manor all night like sleepwalkers, searching. And that's how we found ourselves in Mortimer's private gallery, behind the chimney. That doesn't prove a thing. I told you all that. That's enough! I've had enough of this charade. Louis, there's only one way to tell us apart. There's just one thing I didn't tell her about in detail. Too bad for you, Emma. I didn't want it to come to this, but you leave me no choice. Ask her about you and I. You just lost, Emma. I indeed didn't tell you everything about it. Come, Louis. Speak about our intimacy.
Very well, let's talk about us. Last night, you came to me in my room. What exactly did we talk about?
We spoke briefly about your choices during the conference, Louis. What do you mean? Yes, Emma. It just so happens I didn't tell you everything. I never told you about this part. I hate you!
That's enough, both of you. Now I know who the real Emily is.
You are Emily Hillsborough.
I knew you wouldn't get it wrong, Louis. No! You little bitch! Watch out, Louis! No!
Hell, what have I done?
C'était la pire mort du...
See what you've done. See.
Louis? What on earth is going on?
Mother!
Go. You must leave. Everyone's going to arrive.
Louis, what's going on?
Duchess? Is everything all right?
Go! Go, Mother! No one must find you here.
Go.
Come, Louis. There's nothing more you can do.
But I...
Leave us.
Emily, what's going on?
Mother, go to the crypt. I'll meet you there.
I'll be waiting for you.
Emily.
Madam, I'm coming in.
It was bound to end like this, Louis. Let me stay with her, please. Go, I'll cover you.
Encore une fois,
What are you doing
une histoire de cadavre.
Stop!
God damn it. Now what's going on?
Bon, j'espère que je me suis pas gouré. Ok, alors la crypte, putain, c'était où déjà? Ah! Voilà! Von Glover, il est pas en état là. Ah! La batterie du DualShock est faible. C'est ok. J'ai justement un câble sous la main.
My dearest son. A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier.
Where is Pérou? La porte est fermée en plus. Alors il faut qu'on descende.
Good God! They're all here. They must have heard the gunshot.
Where is Lord Mortimer?
Can anyone hear anything through the door?
Ouais, je vais descendre par les autres escaliers. Tu as parlé de ta mère à Emily, pas du colloque avant la coucherie. Merde! Attends. Oui, mais justement. Non, mais c'est pas ça, c'est le... C'est pas... la réponse qui m'a fait décider, c'est la réaction. C'est que celle d'en face, elle dit quoi? Mais ça, tu m'as pas raconté, machin. Donc ça veut dire que c'est elle qui était pas au courant. C'est tout. Parce que honnêtement, j'ai oublié un peu... parce qu'on a parlé de notre mère, mais avant, on a parlé vite fait des trucs. Mais genre, ouais, il y a eu une ou deux phrases vite fait avant de passer dans l'autre partie de la chambre, où là, on a parlé de Madaron, effectivement. C'était par où déjà, là? Des galeries, des portraits. Hein. Parce qu'honnêtement, je me rappelle pas de tout ce qu'on a dit dans la chambre, mais je crois qu'on en a parlé vite fait du... On a fait un bilan plus ou moins de mes réactions qui m'a dit genre ouais bah oui vous avez... Je pensais pas que... Je crois qu'elle m'a dit ouais je pensais pas que vous alliez changer de... Enfin que vous allez nous suivre, ou un truc comme ça, ou merci de nous avoir soutenus. Elle a dit... Je crois qu'elle a sorti un truc comme ça, puis après ouais on a parlé de ma mère. Puis après elle m'a roulé un palo. Apparemment elle a roulé un palo à Bonaparte aussi. Hein. Vous débarrassez jamais ou... Ok. Hein. Toum, 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 toum. Speed. Attendez. J'ai un truc là.
A few pages out of an old encyclopedia. An old sesterce from Roman Gaul.
Un vieux sesterce gallo-romain. Il y a eu une époque où dans les pots de Nutella, on avait des sesterces Astérix. Pas dans le pot, mais en fait dans le couvercle, il y avait un petit truc en carton et il y avait des sesterces à collectionner. Voilà, c'est tout. De rien. Ils étaient un peu stylés. J'espère qu'il faut pas refaire le... remettre l'épée dans la tronche de Minos. Sinon ça va un peu me saouler, je vous avouerai. Non, c'est bon. Des bisous Krant, merci d'être passé, ça faisait plaisir de te revoir sur le chat. J'aime les anecdotes. J'aime me battre. Alors.
Louis! At last, there you are.
Mother, wait,
Come, we have to be quick.
No, wait, Mother,
Time is running out, Louis. First, we must...
No! That's enough. I won't go a step further unless you explain to me what is going on here. I'm begging you. Talk to me.
You must trust me, my son. You are not ready yet.
You're the one who should trust me. Tell me what's happening.
You would never believe me.
I came all the way here for you. Now I've found you. I'm ready, Mother.
If only... Louis, I have always taught you to keep your mind open and logical. I know you are going to find it hard to believe, but what I am going to reveal to you is entirely true. Many years ago, I found out that demons really do live among us.
I beg your pardon?
And that they can influence our thoughts.
Mother, listen to yourself. I know you're exhausted, but for crying out loud, listen to what you're saying. Demons? What next? An ancient monster with a head like an octopus? What do your demons look like? Have they got horns and a pointed tail?
No, these are not creatures with billy goat's legs. Forget your Christian folklore. Imagine them more as parasitic spirits. They possess their hosts and direct them from inside.
Parasitic spirits?
Yes, they are capable of going from one body to another as they see fit. And 2 of them are present on this island.
Right. So let me guess. Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory, right?
You felt it too?
No, even if Home does look the part. But I don't know who else could do it, given that we're on their territory.
Many years ago, well before you were born, I crossed paths with one of them. Since then, I've spent my life trying to find it again. When we recovered the Alizif, I was persuaded that von Burchard was working for this demon in one way or another. But I thought he would hand the book to a middleman during this conference. That's where I made an error that could well turn out to be fatal. The one who Burchard was meant to give the book to was none other than the demon in person, Mortimer. Not to mention that Home had sent Volner to get it for him.
Home and Mortimer are demons?
They both seem to disagree about many things, but I'll admit I never knew exactly why. There are many of them, Louis, not just those two.
Mother, have you any proof to support any of this?
Of course, but you do too. You had everything laid out in front of you. Didn't you notice anything?
I came across his family tree in his study.
An only son.
Since the Third Crusade.
The fall of St. John of Acre, Louis. The fall of St. John of Acre.
I must admit, I found it difficult to understand how and why Mortimer didn't have a place in history.
On the continent, Mortimer and Home are mere dandies who organize society balls. History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents.
Well, those property deeds across the world, all signed by the same hand, and over several centuries.
I am proud of you, Louis.
I found your notes, written in lemon juice.
Where all eyes size you up. At one stage, I was so afraid of losing my mind that I noted everything down. Congratulations, Louis. Wait, please tell me you didn't open Pandora's box.
The urn? No, I didn't. Why?
Good. We'll deal with it later.
I went beyond the Nightmare Mother.
You understood the Masonic date.
1191.
Of course! It was during that siege that the demon took possession of Sir Mortimer. They spent a whole night in conversation until the early hours of the morning. Mortimer had passed the test. He had charmed the demon, and so it chose him to be its host for centuries to come. But tell me, did you find his secret study?
I did indeed.
Did you see his maps of the world?
He has contacts the world over.
Yes, I've been developing the Golden Order across the world for many years, and I've never seen anyone with such influence. It's simply inhuman.
You mean the conference?
How can you explain that someone manages to bring together so many important figures without anyone knowing?
And without any security or personnel.
Louis, I am proud of you. You came all this way, you found me, you have surpassed me.
You taught me everything I know. Right. How did it all begin?
I saw him!
What do you mean you saw him?
I was 20 years old. I was young and carefree. I traveled the world in search of adventure. In the Persian Gulf, we came across an ancient grimoire that became unlocked. Composed of 7 parts, each one was a book in itself, set in a sort of metal armor that structured the whole thing. When all the volumes were brought together, they formed a single book. On my return to Paris, I set to studying these pages. I spent all my days and nights studying them.
Oh, I can imagine you doing that.
But the writing was in a language I had never seen before, developed well before Sumerian, in my opinion. So I got the idea to form a small occult circle composed of all the major names in the occult world to see if anyone else could crack it.
And you found no one.
And I found someone, Louis. I found him. Or rather, he found me. He was young, charismatic, he was flamboyant.
Sir Gregory?
No, Mortimer, of course. He was a veritable mine of knowledge. I showed him the book, and he was able to decipher a few passages. We spent several months together studying the pages.
He was already old in those days, wasn't he? So you recognized him when you arrived on the island, right?
No, he wasn't in that body. But I know it was him. I swear it was him. The way he spoke, his posture, a few of his intonations, his mannerisms.
Wait a minute. You were talking about 60 years ago. I've lost the thread.
Yes, sorry. He helped me understand certain passages until I realized that he only translated a few parts for me. But I had aroused his interest. It was too late.
How so?
I mean to say he manipulated me. He used me, and in the end, he stole the book with all its secrets.
Did he ever go to your place?
Not once. At least I don't think so. But before disappearing, he proposed a pact between us. He proposed that I follow him and let him teach me, allow him to bring me up.
And you accepted?
Please don't be stupid. You don't make deals with the devil. After that, I spent my whole life looking for him. 3 years later, in Berlin, I just missed him. In London, I lost 6 members of the order in a chase. In 1741, in Tunisia, I found a sect of fanatics who had crossed paths with him once. 1741, in Poland. 1749, in India.
8 years ago in Venice.
We agreed never to speak about what happened in Venice, Louis.
You agreed, and that was before you spoke to me about demons. Wait, the baby we delivered, you and me, that night in Venice, did he have anything to do with Lord Mortimer?
The child was his son.
We stole his son? Are you insane? I always thought we took him to save him.
That was the case. It was precisely to save him from his father.
Need I remind you the mother died during childbirth? What became of the child?
Later. For the moment, that is not the key issue here. Once we found the Al-Azif in Paris, I followed von Borchart's trail here. I didn't think it would lead me straight to the demon. It was careless of me. He toyed with me for a few days, until I caught on, until I saw him as he was. But he had no intention of letting me leave. We are all his pawns, Louis, and if we don't want to spend the rest of our lives turning round in circles here, we must absolutely get off this island. All right, can we move on?
Des bisous sans cas.
Wait a minute.
Bonne nuit.
One last thing.
Donc, c'était bien quelqu'un qui peut pas mourir, parce que c'est un démon. Que s'est-il passé? Alors, avez-vous négocié à l'Azif avec Volner, déjà? Non. Que s'est-il passé avec Elisabeth? Oui, important.
I want to know what happened.
Est-ce que c'est elle, l'enfant?
Louis, we haven't time for those details.
Je dois savoir.
I'm sorry, Mother, but I want to know.
She was one of the receptacles for these monsters. I met her parents when she was born. One of the demons got inside her. The demon used her to spy on her father, John Adams. He is one of the founding fathers and vice president of the United States, you know.
Mortimer possessed her?
No, I don't think it was Mortimer. Her father, John Adams, hired me to tend to her, but the evil in her was too deep. In spite of the various treatments I tried on her, I never succeeded in getting it out of her. It's not something I'm proud of, Louis, but I had to try everything.
Mother, did you kill her?
Of course not. Don't be stupid. I had no interest in getting rid of her.
Okay.
I want to know what happened between you and Emily's sister.
Great responsibility often brings difficult choices, Louis. That's all you need to know.
Mother, I won't take a step further if you don't
Allez,
answer me.
accouche. Hein.
You dare blackmail me?
Oui.
I'm listening.
All right, I used her. So there you are. Happy now? We had the Al-Azif, and I didn't think we would be able to escape with it. In order to ensure that the book did not fall into their hands, or that one of them couldn't read in us where we had hidden it, I asked Emily
It's
to...
Emma.
Yes, or rather for me, it was Emily. So I asked Emma to hide it without anyone seeing. And then I disposed of her. I am sorry for her, but she was part of the Golden Order, Louis. She knew the rules when she joined.
Mais comment ça se fait qu'elle était vivante du coup?
What did you negotiate about the Al-Azif with Volner?
Absolutely nothing. I managed to pull the wool over his eyes until I found a way to flee.
What was going on with the cannons in Tuscany?
It was nothing.
Since when does the Order finance wars?
The cannons for that Bonaparte fellow? Listen. Once in the lion's den, I did whatever I could to appear legitimate. So yes, I pretended to be interested in Mortimer's project about a young military man who was seeking funding for a foundry in Tuscany. Between you and me, if buying China would have enabled me to escape, I would have signed without hesitation.
Autre question.
On the evening of my arrival, Cardinal Piaggi came looking for you. He was determined to give you a letter.
More of his lists. Louis, I think I know what's in that letter, and I beseech you to believe that it is the least of our worries. We can sort that out later.
Samuel Ritter du Choix, you wanted to send me a letter about Godoy.
I wanted you to run a check on Duke Manuel. But frankly, it doesn't really matter anymore now. Godoy is just a pawn like the others. He is not the one I was looking for.
Are you going to tell me what happened to your hand?
Oui.
Better than that. I shall show you.
Comment ça? Ah bah c'est bon.
Good. I think that's about right. We shall speak about it once we get back to France.
Great actions for humanity have been decided by demons for centuries, Louis. They are playing with our destiny. We are their slaves.
Mais pourquoi?
And it's time for it to stop. By the way, what was Mortimer's project at this conference?
He demands that the Spanish hand over Louisiana to France.
Oh, knowing him, it won't stop there. We should do our utmost to put a stop to Mortimer's plans. But for the time being, there are more pressing matters.
Oui. Est-ce que sa main se balade comme dans...
Are you going to tell me why we're here?
La famille Adams.
There. That's why we are here.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Un calendrier? Oh, il y a Bethesda à droite. Oh, ça va bugger. Il y a Bethesda. J'ai protégé l'une des deux jumelles Isboro, même si je ne suis pas sûr de laquelle. Je n'ai pas tenté de comprendre ce qui est arrivé à Jacques Pérou lorsque je l'ai vu dans sa chambre. J'aurais pu être témoin de la résolution de Napoléon Bonaparte. J'aurais pu discuter avec Piaggi et de ses motivations. J'aurais pu apprendre quelque chose sur Al-Azif. Zut. Est-ce qu'on va passer niveau 10? Non, pas du tout. Oh, j'ai chaud. Moi, je suppose que les démons font ça parce que c'est rigolo. Alors, ce ne sont pas des démons avec un E accent aigu, ce sont des démons AE. D'ailleurs, ce sont les mêmes démons dans FF15. Miaou. Ça va, bébé? Ça a l'air d'aller.
Reassure me, we aren't going to have to force that one, are we?
I don't think we're even capable of doing it. You're going to have to find a way to open it.
Why, of course. And what's inside?
Something to vanquish them with?
Perfect. So, how does it open?
We'll need several keys. I found a note from the architect who conceived the mechanism in Mortimer's secret study. We have to first gather 6 objects before we try.
Ah, c'était ça.
Are your 6 objects the keys?
Exactly. We have the Clement III cross, the nails, the Gutenberg Bible, the exegesis of Judas, an armillary sphere, and all we need to match up the dates between the different calendars.
Au secours! Une croix!
Why a cross?
Well, I haven't the foggiest idea, but it just so happens that's what you are going to use to activate the mechanism. I found the one Mortimer kept. It belonged to Cardinal Guibert, better known by the name of Pope Clement III.
Perfect. Where is it?
Unfortunately, I've lost it.
Bah super.
When I lost my hand, I went dashing out, and it must have fallen from my pocket.
Remember, Mother. I'm certain you can remember.
Let me think.
You were running.
I was bleeding to death.
You remember the pain.
I thought I was going to faint. Yes, I remember. I don't think it can be far, can it?
Would you have lost it outside?
No, I don't think so. It must be in the area. I don't remember going up with it.
Perfect. I'll search the crypt before leaving.
Ok. Des clous.
Some nails?
Don't ask me. I'm not the one who made the mechanism, you know. When I arrived, there were already a few of them inserted, so I didn't have to worry about those. On the other hand, I remember seeing some in Mortimer's secret study,
Oui, j'en ai vu.
behind his nightmare.
In a golden cup? Yes. Yes, I saw them too.
Perfect. It will be easy for you to find them then.
Si j'arrive à y
You'd need
rentrer.
3 of them.
Very well.
You remember what to do about the rollers. 1191 to enter, and 6466 to exit.
Of course.
Ça faut que je le note en vrai.
Exegesis. Anything else?
Did you manage to vanquish the Medusa?
To open the chimney? Yes, absolutely.
So you've already come across it. It's the Bible of Judas that is exposed in the secret room behind the chimney.
Why do they call it an exegesis?
Because that's what it is, and not an apocryphal Bible, strictly speaking. It's the study of a text with a summary, not an actual Bible. Anyway, well done for the Gorgon. You did well. You didn't get tricked by the light bouncing back.
Thanks. Do you think I can take it safely?
We haven't got a choice, Louis. Without it, we won't be able to work out this cursed mechanism.
Bon alors Banen, ce que tu vas faire vu que t'es encore là, je t'ai vu. Tu m'as envoyé un message... Miaou. Un message en chuchotement. 1191 pour entrer, 6466 pour sortir. S'il te plaît. Merci.
There's one in the portrait gallery.
That's right.
You still believe it's in the tower room, don't you?
I don't know. There is only one way to find out, though.
Right. I shall go and see.
Sphère armillaire.
There's one in the portrait gallery.
Yes, but it's enormous. If you don't want to have to go back and forth several times, then I suggest you get a smaller one.
What did you do then?
I didn't think I'd need one. I started without one, and I hand before I did need one. And you can see the result.
What do you mean by the concordance of dates exactly?
Don't worry about that. We already have them. They are written on the back of the message I just gave you.
Ok.
One last thing before you go. Be very careful. If you come across anyone, they can all potentially be spies of Mortimer or Holm. Don't ever confide in anyone because a demon can slip inside them at any moment.
Wait, not all of them though. Take Washington.
Especially Washington. He's been conditioned by Mortimer for years. Look at them, for crying out loud. How do you explain their behavior otherwise? The most influential politicians in the Western world gather together without the least protection, without a single aid to assist them.
Oui, c'est ça, mais envoie-le-moi en message privé, comme ça je le garde. Parce que là, une fois que le stream il est parti...
Peru, Hillsborough. Look at the number of calamities that have happened over the past few days. And not one of them has asked to leave the island? Do you find that normal? You'll see. Go up to the manor to look for the keys, and I wager not one of them will speak to you about my being in Emily's room.
Do you think so?
Go on, you'll see. And come back with all the objects in one go. Time is against us. And remember, the code to get out of the secret office is 6646.
Ok. Ça c'est toujours pas à fond. Hein. Il m'en manque un de l'encyclopédie de Denis Diderot et des gens le rond d'Alembert. Bon, de toute façon, je peux pas équiper plus. Bon, faudrait que je trouve sa main. Hein. La gilet royale, je dis pas non. retrouver la main de maman. J'ai l'impression qu'il n'y a qu'une seule sortie. Hein. Attends, elle avait plus sa main en remontant. C'est-à-dire qu'elle l'a perdu ici.
A pound. Famous cross of Clément III. Perfect.
C'est bon, j'ai la croix.
One key found.
Et putain, je me suis perdu dans 1 cm². Je me suis reperdu. Ok, je pense que le plus intéressant, ce serait d'aller direct chercher les clous. Logiquement, c'est le plus loin, quoi. C'est un motif occulte de la terre. Parce que les clous, c'est dans le bâtiment. Et comme ça, on n'aura pas besoin de se remémorer le mot de passe. Ah, tu m'as envoyé sur Twitter, d'accord. Je pensais que tu allais l'envoyer sur Twitch. Mais c'est ok, de toute façon, là, j'ai le chat qui est toujours là. Donc, ça va le faire. J'ai chaud. On va aller chercher les clous et je pense qu'on se quittera là. On va voir combien de temps ça nous prend. Alors, la salle de la tour. La salle secrète de la galerie des portraits. On est dans la galerie des portraits, non? Non, elle est... Oui. La salle secrète.
Right. Let's see if the statues are in place yet.
Non. Putain, faut remettre les
That
statues.
statue is not positioned correctly.
Voilà.
Open sesame.
Bah je crois, oui. Bah quand vous m'envoyez des clips,
I ought to look a little
vous me les
harder.
envoyez en MP.
I just can't see where else I'd find the exegesis except for here. So that's Pandora's box? An urn? Mother seemed worried that I was able to open it. I wonder why. The Ring of the Nibelungs. Even if Mortimer is 7 centuries old, I don't see what part he has in this legend.
L'anneau de Nibelungen. Est-ce que on peut le voir un peu plus près? Dommage. Putain. Saint-Seiya. La Bible. Ouais, j'ai vu. T'inquiète.
So that's the exegesis of Judas. I hope Mortimer doesn't read it very often, otherwise he's going to notice that someone's stolen it. But that's just too bad. I need it.
Ok, donc ça c'est fait. Je vais aller chercher les clous tout de suite, je pense.
Right. I've got what I need. Now let's not waste any more time.
Pourquoi il y a un temps de chargement?
Right. It's definitely an armillary sphere, but I have to find one that I can take with me. Otherwise, I risk drawing too much attention to my comings and goings. Now, where can I find a smaller one?
Alors, où je vais? Grand hall de Zeus. Vous pensez que je peux passer par la salle du colloque? Je peux. Pas les trucs à voler, hein. Toujours plus. Et donc, la croix de Malte, la croix de Coronado, c'est à placer dans un musée. J'aimerais éviter de lui parler. La salle de la tour. Elle m'a dit de ne parler à personne. Alors, ensuite, la Bible, les clous et la sphère. La salle de la tour. Chambre de la tour, ok. Ah, ils ont traduit room par salle alors que c'est chambre. La clé à demi-cercle. Ce qui est bien, c'est que le bureau de Mortimer, il est juste à côté. Ah oui, la Bible, c'est... Oui, c'est... On s'est cassé le cul dessus avec les énigmes. Rappelez-vous. Moi, je me rappelle. Avec les énigmes, avec les apôtres et tout. Bah, c'était avec une Bible de Gutenberg qu'on faisait ça. Donc on va arriver sur la salle qu'on avait ouverte avec avec tous les portraits des apôtres.
Ah, Louis. Glad you're here.
Blasted. He's gonna talk about my mother.
Come and see what I've found. There are pieces of paper in the ashes of the chimney. Someone's been burning something here.
Incredible. He doesn't seem to want to speak to me about what happened between my mother and the Hillsborough sisters.
Show me a little.
Look, it's possible to distinguish two different writing styles.
The rest of the correspondence between my mother and Emma.
Someone tried to burn an exchange of messages. I'm certain there must be more.
Shit. What on earth is he doing?
Alors.
Ah, I see. I know what it's about.
Do you know who was doing their communicating in this room?
Yes, but of course we must keep it to ourselves, because it is still a sensitive matter. Volner and Elizabeth had an affair. Volner hinted that he found a way to remain discreet about it. I admit it is ingenious.
Well, I would never have guessed.
Delighted to have helped, but I still have to find my mother.
Of course. We shall see each other later in that case.
Wasted enough time. The Bible.
Ça va, j'ai géré. Donc, la Bible, elle est juste ici. Hein.
The Bible's still there.
Par contre, dans ma poche, j'ai déjà 2 bouquins et une croix. Je peux l'ouvrir ça maintenant?
A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Fais chier. Ok. Des bisous YouTube, je sais, c'est dégueulasse. Ah putain.